am Devin, founder and CEO of Choules Financial. On this week's Key to Yes, we're going to be going over one of the 5 types of people that come into my office and need our help. With that, today we're going to be talking about the worried spouse. The worried spouse, it's far too common inside of there that one of the spouses takes care of all the bills, takes care of all the finances, knows all the logins to all the passwords, all the accounts, everything like that. And in fact, I actually have this in my own household. With it, Nicole, bless her heart, she is plenty smart, but she just doesn't like this stuff. She always looks at me and says, Devin, you manage hundreds of millions of dollars for hundreds and hundreds of households. Why do I need to be involved? Well, we're going to go through today, and we're not going to talk about Nicole, but we are going to talk about one of our clients, Linda, and how she was able to resolve some of this. So before we get too deep, I want to make sure that we go over the team. This isn't a team of me, it's a team of we. We have a lot of professionals that surround us that help us deliver on these things to our clients, as you're going to see here in a minute, all the pieces that we do. Because we believe inside of retirement planning, it's not just about your investments. It's just not about having a basket of, I've got bonds and I've got IRAs and I've got 401ks and I've got stocks and ETFs over here, but it's how we have a well-balanced portfolio that also focuses on not only just our investments, but our income plan, our healthcare plan, our tax plan, making sure that we control and design our income of how much we have to give Uncle Sam. And lastly, our estate plan or our legacy plan, making sure that everything is titled correctly and that it's going to pass on to the people that we want to. So with it today, like I said, we're going to do the case study of Linda, the worried spouse. Linda was a retired teacher. Inside of it, Mike had always handled everything for them. But as they started to age, Mike started having some health concerns, and it really started making Linda wonder, well, what would happen if Mike passed away? Do I even know the passwords? Do I even know where the money's at? And so with that, those were some of the concerns that she came with, of saying she trusted Mike full-heartedly in the plan that they had attempted to put together, that they wanted that clarity that was put together, and that's where we help show up and shine for them. Her concerns, as I said, were no access or understanding of the accounts, fear of losing control, of not knowing how things actually work there. Now, when it says no trusted contact or advisory relationship, I'll be honest, there's a huge amount of people that fall into the worried spouse category, that they never had the engagement with the current advisor. They were never asked their feelings about it. And so what it tends to be is that person, even after, let's say Mike passed away, Linda is going somewhere else. So we want to make sure that we get both spouses involved in it. And so we can make sure that we can cover things like, what if Mike's healthcare takes a good portion of the nest egg away? So the Key to Yes process, what did we do? We created a financial overview using the Yes portal. And I'm going to actually show you one of our example clients and how that works here in a minute. But it is absolutely phenomenal for the worried spouse of being able to see everything in one place at one time, with one login and one phone number to know where everything's at and how it works. We updated their beneficiary designations and account ownerships, helped to build confidence and understanding key financial decisions of where money was going to come from and why it was coming from a certain spot, what type of Roth conversions were you doing inside of it. And so we became her trusted advisor and gave her somebody that she could rely on in the time that she needed. And so we really helped her and Mike cement that vision for themselves of where they were going. So the outcome is Linda and Mike now feel confident and connected, like they have a plan in place. Their plan gives them that clarity and peace that they've been looking for. And now they have the confidence and control to remove the weight of what ifs, to make sure that they can say yes to retirement. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you here. So this is for our fictitious client, Bob and Jane Smith. This is what we call our Yes portal. This has been the #1 tool that we have acquired and built out for our clients for the worried spouse. Because what it does is it takes it, and you can go over here and you can link any account from your bank account to your credit cards, to here are my investments. So this was Bob and Jane Smith before they became clients. You can see that they have an Edward Jones account, and over here in their tax advantage, there's Charles Schwab. And they were able to link even their Fidelity account, and it pulls in new values each night, shows the holdings inside of it. And so instead of 3, 4, 5, 6 websites to go to, you have the ability to go to one and still see how everything moves. It's absolutely phenomenal that way. For her as well, we were able to go over here into the organizer and say, okay, here's Bob and Jane, but who are important to them? Their son, Junior, over here. We wanted to make sure that they were linked. Inside of it, if they wanted to put in their professional contacts and say, hey, in time of need, you can contact Devin. But they could also list their attorney, their CPA, their Medicare person, their home and auto inside of that. Anybody that would make a decision or inside of it to be able to close an account if they were to both pass away, who's important in their lives. So not only is it a great piece for Linda to give her peace of mind, but also inside of the ability to pass on a legacy that isn't a ton of confusion, but everything is nicely put together, account numbers, people that you should contact, everything put together. And it's very, very nice and simple there. And you can go through, and as we talk about it and we do our planning together, you can hop in and you can see your plans, everything all along the way, what your portfolio is doing, what your assets are doing, how much income you can spend. It has become phenomenal for the worried spouse. And sometimes not even just for the worried spouse. Sometimes people like Mike find out that they like everything put together and having it a little bit more concise. So with that, we use the key to yes process. Inside of this, when somebody engages with us, and they come in for their first discovery meeting, I like to say this is like a first date. The only purpose of this meeting is to find out if we want to go on a second date, to find out if your concerns that you have about your money fall into our expertise, to see if we can help you, if we can improve your situation. And we're going to review your income plan and your investment plan and your tax plan and your healthcare plan and your estate plan and make sure everything is working together. And at that point in time, if we feel like that we're a good enough fit to move to a second date or a second meeting, we're going to the Unlock Your Yes, a rough draft plan, where we're going to go to work. We're going to spend about 10 to 15 hours diving into your portfolio, diving into your needs and wants, and we're going to provide a risk analysis, a fee analysis, an income analysis, and your Social Security analysis, if you haven't already taken it, of what's going to maximize your plan. And at the end of that, what we're going to do is we're going to say, is it time to engage Choules Financial? And if yes, great. What we'll do at that point in time is we're going to ACAT all those funds. We're going to move them as is, all to Charles Schwab. And once they're there, we're going to have you back in to Live Your Yes, the planning review meeting, where we decide how we're going to invest it, making sure instead of just having a basket of investments that go up and down with the market, we have a basket of investments that are very specific to design the amount of income that we need to help take care of our tax planning, that everything has a purpose and it's all working cohesively together. And then as always, the client experience meeting, if you've ever made a plan, you know that things always happen, life happens. So with that, we want to make sure that we get together regularly to go over your plan, make sure if there's something that needs to be updated that we take care of it. We love that outside of even the Yes portal, that we give you your Yes binder here that has your tax plan, what's in good order, what needs addressed, the plan of action for your income, your investments, your healthcare, your taxes, your legacy. Everything is taken care of inside of here. Absolutely fantastic. So that's all I have for you on this week's Key to Yes. Down below, there's going to be a link to be able to schedule a time to come in and meet with us, get that assessment, see where you're at, see how we can best help you. Can't wait to meet with you. We'll see you later. Thank you.